Hello, and welcome back to Living in Fear. I'm Mia, and I'm living in fear.
And I'm Luis, and I'm also living in fear.
Today we're talking about Incantation from 2022. It's a Taiwanese horror film. So yeah, more on that later. Spoilers and all that fun stuff ahead. But first, Luis, what have you been up to?
First of all,
What
why do you make me watch really messed up movies?
was this really messed up?
I don't know. It was kind of messed up.
Not as bad as some other ones.
How did you find this movie?
I don't remember. It might have just been one that I like saw mentioned, like a poster of it or something, that it was like on Netflix or something. I
Hmm.
don't know. Who knows? I don't remember how I find all these things. Sometimes I just look up like horror movies and see what's like on IMDb, or sometimes I look at weird Reddit posts where it's like, what's the most disturbing film you've ever seen?
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's not always horror movies that's mentioned in those, you know.
Hmm.
I feel like All Quiet on the Western Front was one of those. The Zone of Interest was one of those, and those are both like more, you know, true
Yeah.
stories about like history and stuff. So that's kind of disturbing in a different way. So yeah.
Well, this one's also based on actual events.
Did
Um,
you look that up and see it?
yeah, because I was trying to
Okay.
look up something else, and there was a Reddit about
Yeah.
how it was based on. But I feel like it said, did it say it in the beginning though, based on actual events or something?
I don't remember that, but maybe I was just like settling in and didn't see that
Yeah,
part.
I feel like we might have missed it. It might have said
But
it.
yeah, I saw that under that IMDb trivia, it mentioning what it was based on, and I think I've heard that story before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, anyway, what I have been up to? What have I been up to? I don't know. We skipped a week.
Yeah, did you not upload last week?
No, I didn't upload last week.
Oh my gosh, we even have old ones that you could have
I know.
uploaded.
I know, but then I have to go back and fix them, because
Okay.
I have to put in the music
Yeah.
and delete the game part.
I will spoil that we watched what was it? A Tale of Two Sisters last week,
Hmm.
which was it was all right. I'm not gonna say a ton because we'll probably talk about it in a future episode. Apparently it's based well, it's no. There's a remake of it in America called The Uninvited, which I saw like years ago. And again, that one I think is just all right. I can't really remember it, but so I kind of want to watch that one and then do like a an episode, a podcast of like both of them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much I'll have to say about like either one. So like it'll be kind of more fun to like compare and contrast.
Yeah, and also last week we it was 4th of July, so there
We couldn't
was.
record because our dog was barking like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, they do fireworks kind of all around for like the week leading up and the week after, seems like.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what else? What's been going on with us?
I
Uh,
mean, we did 4th of July.
yeah, you cooked some great food. Thank you for that. You actually made some really good horchata, which I'm surprised, and I kind of want to make. I kind of want you to make it again.
Yeah, I will. I just need to get more stuff for it. I mean, it was
Yeah,
just some YouTube video
yeah,
I copied.
yeah. Horchata's really good when it's hot. Well, like when it's hot outside. I mean, not like
Oh,
the
I
horchata.
was so confused. I was like, what are you even talking about? That what? Okay, yes.
Yeah, so
During
it's very
hot weather.
yes,
Yeah.
it's hot right now.
It is very hot.
it's very refreshing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, other than that, we've been watching a few things. We finished Squid Game season
Yeah.
3. That was really good. What else? We've been playing Hollow Knight again. Let's not I'd rather
Yep.
not talk about it. But we're getting through it. We're almost there. That's all I'll say.
Have a
Yeah.
love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I've been playing Death Stranding 2 still, and I've also picked up Rematch, which is also on Game Pass, and man, that game's very addicting. It's really fun. Never thought I would be into a sports game.
It's just still so funny to me that I saw you playing it, and like, of course, my mind first went to like, okay, it kind of looks like what is it, Rocket League or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's like soccer. It's just like a soccer game, and so it was funny that I was like, so what are you playing? And you're like, oh, Rematch. It's like Rocket League but with soccer, and I was like, but Rocket League is just soccer with cars. Like, why not just say it's soccer?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you say, "Oh, it's soccer," then it means like I don't know, an EA title like FIFA or something,
Yeah,
and that's
it's just
different.
funny. Because I did see it and it did look like Rocket League kind of like style,
Yeah.
but it's just kind of funny
This is more,
that,
yeah,
you
it's
know,
more arcadey and it's more kind of like it's using the Unreal Engine, so it kind of looks a little bit more like Fortnite.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so yeah, I've been playing that.
yeah, you have been. I like wake up at 2 in the morning to hear you laughing while playing it. Like,
Oh yeah, because people people rage a lot in this game.
is that what you're laughing about all the time?
Yeah, there was like yesterday. I can't remember when, but I don't know. Like some Mexican guy was like fucking just cursing the whole time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, people are very chatty in this game. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same. Working a lot.
Yeah.
Might be working even more coming up. Waking up early because of my dog. Um, yeah. I need to read more. I need to finish my, what is it? Court of Glass? Is that what the second one? What is the second book called in that series? I don't know. I'm reading that. I read up to a certain
Like
part
roses or
point
something?
really, huh?
Is it roses? Court of
Isn't
Roses
that
or
like
something?
the first one? Or is that,
Isn't
oh,
the
is
first one
that the
just Court
second
of
one?
Thorns?
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. Let's actually look. What is the order of books? Oh, A Court of Mist and Fury. That's the second one.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking of Throne of Glass or whatever, right? That's like another series
Yeah.
that I want to read after this. But yeah, so I read up to a certain point very quickly and then I just like stopped and I need to get back into it. I'm really bad. I'm a very routine based person. So I just need to get into the routine of reading it again. Otherwise, yeah, same as you, watching the same stuff with you, not playing the same stuff except for Hollow Knight, which one day we'll finish.
Hopefully before Silk Song comes out.
I mean, is there any date on that?
It's this year.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. I keep seeing like people like post on Reddit like fake. leaks or like
Hmm.
information, to like get everybody all like pissed off.
Yeah, it's so strange and mysterious. Like
Yeah.
this whole like the developers have not said anything publicly at all. Like they've just been quiet the whole time for like 3 years or something. So I don't know if it's like I don't know if something went down and they needed to redo it or something, or the game just got way too big,
Yeah.
and it's because became very popular. So now I don't know. They're
I mean, could it also have to do with the fact that now there's a Switch 2 that just came out?
yeah, that's probably it too. That in even the Xbox like handheld, like they showcased it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering yeah if it's like maybe there's like a struggle to like who like acquiring it, like maybe a bunch of like studios want to acquire it or something. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. Nobody knows.
Oh, you know what? The other ridiculous thing I've been doing lately,
Hmm.
which you know already. So, one of my favorite pastimes is listening to people react to watching like the Twilight series.
Oh yeah.
So, I found someone else that some newer guy. That might have been how I started watching like Dylan is in Trouble on YouTube like a while ago. I don't watch him much anymore, but that may have been like what got me into his channel. And then right now it's this guy called Linmore.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching his stuff because he also reacted to it, and it's just I don't know. It's just funny.
So what do they? What do they? Do they like go out of their way to look for like bad movies or something, or
Um,
like romantic or like kind of like these young adult type films or
I
stories?
think I think there's just a lot of people online that react to like popular things.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of YouTubers that make the content where they just kind of watch popular things that are like, and Twilight had a very big moment being popular, and it's kind of known for being cheesy, and some people love it, but other people hate it or love to make fun of it, or
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just, yeah. And I'm, you know, the first movie was pretty more not like full on indie, I don't think you can say, but like more of that kind of thing. And then they just become bigger and bigger as they went, and they got bigger budgets. So like I feel like the bigger they got, the worse they got too, just because it like the cheesiness just is really overbearing when it's like such like a high production.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, but so
Like
I yeah,
like CGI baby.
yes. There's just certain things that when you put it on a big scale, it's just like, oh man, this is so like cringe. And there's something kind of entertaining about that. I I read the books, and I kind of liked the books when I read
Mm-hmm.
them and stuff, but and I like the aesthetic of like, forests in the Pacific Northwest and people wearing these nice jackets, and vampires can be kind of cool, not these ones exactly. I don't like sparkling vampires, but yeah, so I don't know. It's just fun to see people that have never like watched them
Mm-hmm.
react. It's fun to relive that. So yeah, that's the other lame thing I've been doing. But yeah, otherwise, same old, same old,
Same old, same old.
same old, same old. Are you getting questions?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. I feel like we've been over something like this similarly before. We've talked about like I don't know if I used the word villain before though, but like like bad guys from movies like monsters. I feel like I don't how did I phrase it before? Because we talked about like Freddy Krueger and things like that. So my question basically today is who's your favorite movie villain?
So the first one that comes to mind is pretty
Mm-hmm.
cliche,
Okay.
and it's Darth Vader.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Just because I really like Star Wars,
Yeah.
and I feel like that character was just really cool and like menacing, not in a scary way, but as in like ultimate villain, ultimate baddie type deal in those movies. And then it's not just like I don't know. It's not just the fact that he looks menacing
Mm-hmm.
or like the version from like the 1977 film. It's kind of like the whole story arc of Anakin and the whole presentation really or the whole experience and growing up with these movies.
Yeah. I mean, he's iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, and just knowing the backstory of Anakin and then how he, turns to the dark side and basically, you know, helps destroy all of the Jedi and even kills younglings.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, he ultimately he turns on his master, his best friend, and almost kills his loved one, Padme, and it's a really sad, depressing story. Um, I don't know, and I think that just makes him more. Just knowing all that makes it a better villain because you kind of understand what he went through. Um, and also, I feel like not many villains have redemption arcs, but he
Yeah.
does, I guess, a little bit. I mean, he did awful things, but at the end, he did kind of overthrow an empire. So that's like the ultimate good thing that he did, which is a big deal.
He
So
kind of he just goes back and forth, right? Like you can tell that there's always this like internal struggle.
mhm. Yeah, and I guess yeah, that's what makes good characters in general, or villains, or whatever, is they do have an internal struggle, and they're just not evil for the sake of being evil because the plot or the story demands it. Um, but yeah, Darth Vader. I was also gonna shout out the T-1000 from
Yeah.
Terminator. Um,
What about HAL 9000?
yeah, I thought about Hal as well, but I don't know. I feel like I never saw him as a villain, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I guess when you if you saw this movie back in the, what was it, 68,
Hmm.
you would think, like, man, this evil computer is so evil.
Hmm.
Computers are gonna take over the world and destroy us all. But I had read the book and then the other subsequent books, so like at the end of the day, he's not evil. He's
Yeah.
he was giving contradicting orders, and that's why he did what he did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I never really saw him as a villain.
Fair.
Um, but yeah, I think I prefer like the cooler characters like T-1000, Darth Vader, even Alien a little bit too. Like, I guess a villain could be a creature, right? But yeah, those are my answer is Darth Vader with some
Mhm.
shout outs to T-1000, Hal, and Alien, I guess. The
I
end.
did look up like list of villains and it did say the shark from Jaws.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure
So I think there's
people would count creatures or
yeah. Yeah, I think the
ghosts.
alien was on there too. I don't see the shark as the villain. But I
Yeah.
just like sharks. Um, I I would probably say I like the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Hmm.
I don't think that's a surprise at all. Is that because of the villain necessarily, or is that just because of the performance? It's probably maybe a combination of both, but probably mostly the performance. I don't know that I cared about Joker as much in like I don't know. If people really like Jack Nicholson, I'm not going to hate on Jack Nicholson. I think I just didn't really. Clown stuff isn't necessarily my thing. Um, but yeah, I think I liked that the Joker in The Dark Knight was a little bit crazy. You kind of can't quite understand his like motives and stuff,
Yeah.
but he's also really smart too, you
Hmm.
know? So I like that part of it. And then like I played some of the Arkham games and I liked the Joker in that too. I like the Joker is pretty solid for me. Of course I'm gonna shout out Voldemort.
Oh yeah, Voldemort.
That's another one where you get a lot of like backstory and stuff.
My
And I mean, Ray Fiennes is just he did such a great job as Voldemort in the movies.
Yeah. I'm think
One of what?
I'm thinking of the clip you showed
The
me
hug
where he hugs
when he
him.
hugs Draco.
Yeah. Draco.
So weird. Uh Another one I saw on lists that like I don't see as a villain, but like I love the character is Gollum.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess I can see how like that could be, but he's also just kind of
Yeah, I don't know if he would be considered a villain, right?
yeah, I don't really. He's
If
basically
anything,
just
he's
like
a victim.
yeah, he's just kind of like a drug addict, right? Like the ring is just his like drug and he's just doing whatever to keep it. Like I don't know. I don't think that he's doing things out of like malice. I think it's
Hmm.
just because he's so caught
Yeah.
up in all the power of the ring and everything.
If anything, it would be Sauron that would be the villain.
Yes. And that was mentioned a lot.
Yeah. But even
I
then,
just,
dude, that's just I don't know. I can't get behind the big baddie being just like this thing, this entity, all powerful entity that's an eye in the sky.
yeah.
Like I don't know, something about that. I'm like,
I mean,
I
it
don't
just
know if
doesn't
that's
feel
a
like much of a character,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably it.
Yeah. That's how I felt. So yeah, I'll keep it simple. I'll say Joker with a shout out to Voldemort.
Yeah, I mean, I almost said Joker too, but I kind of wanted to stay away from comic book characters because I could have even have said like some of the, I love Spider Man and I feel like I know every Spider Man villain, so
I
like,
mean, I did think of Doc Ock from the movie. I really liked that
mhm.
character.
I mean, I would say if anyone, it's probably Venom for me.
Yeah.
But
It's
we kind of grew up with the Topher Grace one. So
yeah.
that's not a very good example, but like in the comics and in the games, he's pretty awesome.
Is he like full on villain?
No, he's kind of a
He's like
he's
a
like an anti-hero
yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna use that term. I just wasn't sure if that's even I guess so. Yeah. All right, your question.
I was also gonna say yeah, so because you mentioned Joker, yeah, now that think about it, yeah, Venom is kind of like Joker. It's like kind of like Spider-Man's Joker because he just toys with him all the time,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
and
way to
like
put it.
in like he needs Spider-Man really. Um,
Yeah, I think that's like what it is. It's that fun little like what kind of villain would they be without their like, other half, the hero that they're like, always fighting with.
yeah.
Yeah.
You complete me. Yeah. All right. So my question is, what's your favorite plot twist in a movie or a show or anything? I guess you can say books as well.
I mean, I don't know how many books have a plot twist that I've read. So I guess there's going to be some spoilers for whatever we're talking about. I will name a really old school thing
Mm-hmm.
first. Psycho.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I feel like, the time's up for that spoiler
Yeah.
that Norman Bates is the mother and whatever.
Here's the thing,
Um,
though, because I was thinking about this question a lot, and like,
okay.
was it really a plot twist for you, or or did you kind of just know it already because it's Psycho and everybody kind of knows Psycho? So like when you were watching, we're like, oh wow, it's Norman Bates, it's the mom, and like,
Oh,
did you know that going in, or you were like, no, I already know Psycho, so I already kind of know the twist.
saw Psycho when I was young enough that I probably didn't know the twist.
Yeah,
I don't know that it like blew my mind or anything, but I think it's like an iconic thing. And I just really like that movie. And I think even as a kid, I really liked that movie.
yeah,
There's just a lot of parts that are really interesting. Yeah, I don't know that I knew the twist going in, but I also don't, yeah,
yeah.
I don't think it was like crazy, crazy to me because, I was, I probably saw it, late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at that point, there was probably crazier twists that I had seen. I feel like everybody always talks about The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that's another
But like,
example though. Like I feel like when I saw it, I already knew the twist. You know?
I don't think I knew the twist, but I think everybody knew that there was a twist.
Yeah. That's probably it. So you're kind of waiting for it, So
Yeah.
it's not really a big surprise.
Yeah. I'm sure there's certain things that like really shocked me and had a twist that I can't like think of off the top of my head though.
Mm-hmm.
I will say a show with quite a few twists and good cliffhanger like episodes or like things that happen are is Dexter.
Mm.
I feel like that show had a few like big moments in it. And the Trinity killer stuff like season is like was such a good season. I don't want to say more because if somebody hasn't seen it, please, if you're not going to watch it, just watch that season.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's a good season.
yeah. After that, I don't know if it's ever like quite as good, but man, that season was really good. So yeah, I'll keep it simple with those. I feel like there's probably some other ones that I just can't think of. I will say that The Village is one of those movies, another M. Night Shyamalan with a like kind of twist thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then the first time I watched it, I think I didn't care for it. But nowadays, like, I really like that movie. And I've seen people say, like, oh, it was just marketed wrong. It was marketed as like this like really crazy horror movie or something when really it's a romance or something. And I feel like once I've seen it a couple times, like the second time I watched it, and like I think even after watching it the first time and letting it settle in and everything, I really liked it. Um, But yeah, I feel like now that I don't see it as like some crazy like horror movie or anything, I really like it.
Yeah. Um. I mean, I was gonna say. So again, Star Wars comes to mind,
Mm,
but I feel like I already knew the twist going in. Whenever it was that
mhm.
I've watched these movies for the first time, like
That
Darth
is a good example of a twist. Yeah.
Darth Vader being a Luke's father was. I feel like it wasn't as big for me as the people who saw it in 1977. You know,
Hmm.
they probably or no, that was the first one, so it would have been probably what 80 or something whenever the second one came out. Another one that I already knew the twist was Planet of the Apes,
Mm,
but that's like that's a big twist. But so if you haven't seen those movies, that's a really cool twist. But I feel like most people kind of already know that.
yeah.
Um, but shout out to M Night Shyamalan. Some of his older stuff, of course. um, yeah, definitely not a. Yeah, this twist in Trapped was stupid. Or what was
I,
that? That was Trapped, right?
yeah, I think it was just trap,
Trap. Yeah, yeah.
right?
But like the twist in Unbreakable is awesome, and then the sequel to that, Split, which I didn't know going in. You knew it. Remember when you wanted me to watch it,
Hmm.
and you knew the twist and I didn't,
Yeah.
and it was like, holy crap, this is a sequel to Unbreakable.
Well, now you just gave it away.
Yeah, I gave it away. Um, but in recent years, the twist that really blew my mind was uh from Westworld. Do you remember?
Mm.
You don't remember?
I don't, not at the moment.
There's two characters that are the same person, and you don't know that until like the very end. The final episode, you say, "Oh shit, this is two timelines," and it's the same character, older version and young version.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Well, you're spoiling it for people. Nobody's
Um,
gonna listen to this. I'm
nobody's gonna
spoiling
nobody's gonna
things.
watch Westworld.
It was really good the first like season. Even like the second season was still okay, right? And then the third season started and we were like, and then I don't even think we watched past like maybe the first two episodes of season three.
Yeah, I don't think we ever finished the Aaron Paul season.
Oh gosh, I forgot he was even in it.
But yeah, that was one of the twists that really blew my mind. I was like, holy crap, this is like excellent storytelling, plot structure. Like that I did not see coming at all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the hints were there the whole way through. And I just didn't catch it when he picks up the hat.
Yeah.
He picks up to put it on, but then it switches to like the old version, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
these are the same
Yeah, I
people.
forgot about that. Yeah. I kind of want to rewatch Westworld. I'd like to just kind of finish it and see how it ended, even if it wasn't great.
Yeah,
I'm just a person I like complete stories.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it bugs me when yeah, they're just not good and then I never finish them or I don't know.
yeah. I
I'd
have.
also like to watch more of Handmaid's Tale, but again, I just don't want to rewatch what I did watch.
Hmm. So yeah, that's my answer. Westworld.
One. I wouldn't have thought about that clearly.
All right, should we
Movie time?
should we get into it?
We should. We shall.
Let's
All
do it.
right. Incantation from 2022. It's a Taiwanese horror film. I forget what it's what's the original title? I don't know. Okay, I can't find it. And it's I mean in another language, so I can't pronounce it anyway. It's directed by Kevin Ko, written by Kevin Ko and Che Wei Chang. IMDb summary says 6 years ago, Lee Ronan was cursed after breaking a religious taboo. Now she must protect her daughter from the consequences of her actions. So, Luis,
Mm-hmm.
give me your deep level thoughts. What did you think?
Deep level thoughts. I think this movie is, well, let me just say I really liked it. Um, it's a found footage film, and I always love found footage film because there's always unique opportunities on how to film things. And I feel like found footage films always maybe scare me the most, or like have me on the edge of my seat thinking that something's gonna appear or something's gonna be in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I really liked it. I feel like it was kind of confusing at times just because there was like a lot of time jumps.
yeah,
And but yeah, I think overall this is a really solid, scary, disturbing movie, especially if you're very superstitious
yeah,
and and even more so if you're like, if you are kind of like, if you do believe in like these, pagan religions, or if you're a Buddhist, like this is kind of, this will hit closer to home and be like, yeah, I don't want to touch it. It's like if it's like our friend who's like doesn't want to watch Catholic stuff.
yeah.
Um, but for us, I feel like, it's just like some rituals, right? Some Buddhist rituals or whatever. But yeah, I was reading that it was banned in China because of the superstitions. But that's just because it's China and they don't want
Yeah.
any weird superstitions and religions like in their media.
I mean, they
Uh,
ban a lot of things there.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think it's even more unsettling when you find out that it is based on loosely based on actual events in China, or where it was, or Taiwan.
Yeah, can I
Um,
read what does the IMDb thing says? So the trivia under IMDb says the movie was inspired by an incident that occurred in 2005 in the district of Gushan, Taiwan. A family of six people claimed that they were possessed by evil entities from Chinese folklore. The oldest daughter died, and other members of the family were arrested. Ultimately, the surviving family members were released when it was determined the daughter had starved herself to death in the belief it could drive the deity out of her body. The most anyone could be charged with under Chinese law was the equivalent of improper disposal of a corpse after the rest of the family abandoned her body outside of a hospital before leaving town.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say is, okay, so now knowing that story, right? The actual story.
Huh.
Those were just it was reported that they were just hysterical, right? It was mass hysteria or something.
I mean, I guess.
Obviously, it's not real, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
not that we know of.
right. Not that we know of, but the movie I feel could have done a better job of kind of leaving it open whether it was just superstition and she was kind of going crazy. I think that would have been made for a better kind of, I don't know, engage with the viewer more
For a movie,
critically.
for sure.
Instead of, it is just all real. This is a crazy religion that believes in some weird god, and if you don't follow it, some shit's gonna happen to you. Like the movie made it really apparent that this is all just real. All this magic stuff is real. Um, but I would have loved it more if it was like, man, maybe she is kind of crazy and like doing this to her daughter, and like, I don't know, man. That would be that would have made for a better film, in my opinion. So yeah, those are my thoughts. My deep level thoughts. What about you?
I I think you tend to be that person that likes things like in this scenario to be a little more vague, which
Mm-hmm.
is funny because you were the person that was just saying how like Darth Vader, like you like that he's not just evil for being evil, like you like reasoning and stuff behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I don't know, sometimes villains in stories to me it's creepier when they're just evil just because that's I think it's a very human nature thing to want to explain why bad people are bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know, sometimes it just kind of feels like, I don't know, they're just bad. Like there's just evil people in this world. And but like this type of movie I find scarier when I know definitively like the thing she's saying is actually like happening.
Mm-hmm.
I guess especially when it is something like more demons or religious things and things like that because I'm like I guess there is some part of me where it's like what if this like stuff could happen? Like what if, and I'm not some big believer person or something. Like I don't know that I believe in ghosts or like evil spirits and stuff, but I also don't know that I like don't believe in all that because like, who knows? I'm not gonna pretend I know everything. But when you do start to let your mind go there and be like, but what if? I think it can be really like scary,
Yeah.
especially when it's related to like evil spirits that are just like really powerful. And it's like, how do you even compete with that? It's one thing if you're being attacked by a person who's a villain, a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's just this like totally evil being, yeah. So that thought always just really creeps me out. So I don't know. I find it scarier the way they did it. And sometimes I like I like both ways. I like some movies where it is a little more vague and you're trying to like piece things together to form your opinion, whether it's like true or not. But I also sometimes like when the movie is just like, no, it is happening. Um, I
Yeah.
will say there were like so there were times where I thought maybe it would kind of do something like that too, like you said. They would leave it vague.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that, or I felt like the movie, I guess, was going to make us watching it feel like it's real, but maybe if somebody was viewing just a little bit of the footage later on, they could see that it like maybe wasn't. It was just like a crazy woman. So I feel like when she went into that room with the little girl
Mm-hmm.
in that village, she looks up to that like painting thing on the ceiling that's like bleeding from the face.
Yeah.
I feel like at another point, it shows camera footage from that or something, and it shows the face fine.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that was just my imagination or if that
Yeah,
was like
no, it was when
wrong editing or something. It was like when it like showed back at some point and it was just very quick.
mhm.
So I
Yeah,
was like, did they just not add the effect?
no, I don't know. It was when the guy was rewatching the footage.
Yes. Hmm.
And I was looking for the blood. I'm like, he's gonna see the blood, but they never
Yeah.
showed it. So
Yeah, it seemed to show the face like fine on the painting.
yeah,
So I was like, oh, that would be kind of interesting if, anybody reviewing the footage later, like it doesn't look like what she was seeing.
hmm,
But I just, yeah, I didn't know how that would work since technically we're watching the same footage that anybody else would be, right? There were times though where I forgot that it was supposed to be found footage.
yeah,
Like there's some that's very clearly like from a handheld camera, like kind of thing where it's
hmm,
supposed to look like some cheap camcorder.
hmm,
But then there's other shots where it does just look like it's like filmed with a movie camera, like, and it's an actor there. Like it doesn't look like some found footage as much. Like, and I think that's more of like the some of the filming from like the bunny's eye or something. I think
yeah,
sometimes was kind of more like that. Like it was so perfectly placed.
yeah. I think somehow I've gotten over it. I've moved past it, trying to make sense of found footage films, and I
Yeah.
and I just go with it. I'm like, yeah, there's no way these shots are gonna they're gonna make these shots, feel real. So I just kind of I don't know. I've moved past it, especially since we've been watching so many. So that doesn't take me out of it as much anymore.
I think with this one, it just did because I guess because like it would change camera angles at times like so often. Like it, like didn't even know there was a camera in the location it would like change to. And so I think it just kind of took me out a couple times. Whereas something like Cloverfield, which is always from just like one person's camera, you know, you're getting it from that person. So you do feel like there's somebody behind the camera holding it.
Yeah, but Cloverfield does a good job of saying like preparing this whole thing for you. Like, hey, these are. I mean, if I remember correctly, it says like something like these are the videotapes we found from the disaster or whatever, and we're choosing to show it in this order. Whereas
Yeah.
like these, like we don't get that. It just kind of shows us, and like okay, well, it seems like it's very well thought out in the way that it's being showed to us.
Yeah. I will
Uh,
say that might be how I found this movie. I might have been looking up found footage films or something. I
mhm.
forgot it was one though until we started watching it. And then
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh yeah. I think yeah, I think I heard this was found footage." Yeah, I really liked it too though. I think it was good. I think it's like a full journey.
hmm,
It really, has a complete story. I mean, not completely complete because we don't know whether the little girl was okay or what. There were times when I got a little confused.
yeah.
I think because, yeah, the jumping back and forth with time and
And I assume that little girl has been in a coma for like a few years, so that's why she's older. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I don't know if that was
I
like the little girl from the village.
yeah, but she would be a bit older by now, right? But like
Well, and how did she
where did
get
all the
them? I
symbols on her
well, I
come from?
guess I guess now that I think of it, the symbols could just appear, right?
I
It's not
guess.
like they were written.
I don't know. And she seemed like she had bangs all of a
Hmm.
sudden. Yeah, I don't know. I was a little confused on the girl being in the hospital at the end, but yeah, I guess it was the same girl. I don't know. I feel kind of crazy cutting my daughter's ear off though.
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
also, go ahead.
Because the girl from the village, she also had a cut off ear.
Yes.
So that's why it was extra confusing because I'm like, are they gonna like do this whole thing where it's kind of like all one timeline, like in loop or something, and like she actually is the girl from the village? I don't know. I could. It was a little. It was, I thought that's where it was going, but I don't think that's actually true. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, the little girl, she had her left ear missing, I think, in the village, versus I think she took off her daughter's right ear.
yeah, hmm yeah.
I
So
was just gonna
yeah,
say people with trypophobia would freak out with this movie. That's the
the
fear of the holes.
the holes in skin or what?
Yeah, just like holes in general. It's like where there's a bunch of holes all next to each other and stuff.
Don't read any Junji Ito because he's the master
Yeah,
of
yeah,
holes.
that too.
He loves
Um,
holes so much. If you know what I mean.
Weird.
Go ahead.
I will say there were certain things about this movie that there were two movies that reminded me of Noroi, which I already told you when we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that when they go to the village and stuff, that felt very much like parts of that movie. Um, and then As Above, So Below, even there's kind of like this weird like looping situation that like happens that kind of like reminded me of that. Uh, I do like I like how the film started. I liked the explaining of like how you view the world can have great power on how your world is and like your intentions and your perceptions of things and the using of like illusions,
Mm-hmm.
like using that imagery and being like, oh, make this item move left and right and everything. Like I thought it was a really cool opening.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could read that whole speech again.
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
um,
before this podcast. I mean,
yeah.
um, I was gonna say this. I feel like this movie is kind of like on a different level almost. Like the ring is almost, you know, like when the ring came out, it's not just like it's kind of like, you know, it's extra scary because they have this videotape that if you watch it and you'll be cursed for 7 days, but then they actually show it to you. So now, so that's like, oh shit,
Like
like
inviting you in on the curse.
yeah, yeah. So am I
Yeah.
cursed now? Like this, I feel like this movie was like working on like several different levels when it came to that stuff.
I really was like, I wish they had used that for the marketing. And like, who knows? I'm not, from China, like
Mm.
I'm not in like the original market for this. So I wonder if they did do any kind of like marketing like that, but I'm just like they could have done such a really cool marketing campaign where it was inviting people to like share themselves saying this chant or
Mm-hmm.
like, passing it on or there just could have been some really cool
Yeah. Yeah.
marketing done.
Yeah, because the main character, she's like telling us to recite the stuff with her
Hmm.
and like give up your name and all this stuff. And then there at one point it just shows the freaking the ritual sign and it just goes through all the words and you're like reading and reading and reading because every word is just like flashes really quickly and so you're trying to like pay attention and read it and then it turns to white and the symbol is just imprinted in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
I
if
mean,
that
no,
was on
because like
I don't know if that was on purpose, but that was
I
pretty
think it
effective.
was. Yeah, no, it was. And I think that was so smart. And that's what I was saying, like with all the illusions and everything, that it did all that. I think there was some really clever filmmaking in this. It is one, yeah, I would rewatch this and kind of like, you know.
Yeah. And then of course at the end, um, she watches the video, but she shows it to us as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she says, but like, I want to show it to you because the more I show it to people, the more the curse is diluted or something, and that could potentially
Yeah.
save my child or whatever.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, and that's where they got it from, like the incident that it's like based off of or inspired by. Right, was the girl starved herself to death in the belief that it could drive the deity out of her body.
Mm-hmm.
So that's they took that and they were starving the girl to try, and then that didn't work, and so then the whole thought in this village and with this deity is that it's a curse, but the more people that do this chant, the more diluted it is. So it's kind of like one of those weird things where it's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem to affect the people that don't know about it, right? But once you're like involved in it, you would need to dilute it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like this weird kind of, okay, well, if you share it with other people, aren't you just putting all those other people in danger? But I guess you're making all the people that are already involved safer.
Yeah.
So it's like either some people, like a few group of people, are really suffering, or everybody knows about it and it's like not an issue.
I mean, humanity as a whole is always suffering in some way, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, we live in a world of suffering. We're suffering some amount of suffering at all
Suffering is okay.
times. So, like, if the whole world was cursed, that's basically just us right now. That's just existence.
I mean, this curse is a little bit different than just surviving.
Yeah. I mean,
It just seemed like when it was like being taken care of by the people chanting in the village, like that just seemed like a small group of people though, right?
mhm.
So they were like holding this like evil entity at bay with just like this smaller group of people.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I was interested in studying like different beliefs from people,
Mhm.
and it's kind of fascinating at times. It can be super creepy that people like actually believe things like this,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
mean,
also kind of like fascinating.
I feel like that's in every culture, though. Even in my culture,
Yeah. No, but
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's interesting to hear different
like,
like folklore
yeah,
stories.
like, why do we knock on wood? You know,
Yeah.
like, why do we pick up a penny, or else you'll get cursed? Or why won't we drop a? Why won't we go under a ladder or break a mirror? You know, like, why do we even do these things? We know they're not real, but somehow we still just are afraid of them.
There
Um,
are certain things I will do and won't do with those kinds of things, which is kind of funny that there's like no rhyme or reason to it. Like I'll totally knock on wood,
mhm.
but I'll totally also go under a ladder. I'd be like, "Oh, look at me, I'm under a ladder," you know?
Yeah,
So it's funny how one thing affects me and the other like doesn't.
yeah, yeah. It's just you never know where these come from, and you just do them, and it's kind of like, yeah, like in the movie, there's probably all sorts of superstitions out there, and there could be a village like the one we saw, just kind of, you know, keeping the gods at bay, and by doing these little rituals, but yeah, like what if one ritual was actually keeping an evil god at, you know, from coming into our world, and that's kind of what sets these events off.
It's just fascinating sometimes because you hear about these, like if I knew this was going on, okay, it's they're trying to protect themselves and maybe the world and stuff from this evil entity, but the things that they're doing to me comes across as like not evil necessarily, but kind of like bad,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they're partaking in some weird way of like not witchcraft necessarily, but sort of. So maybe
Yeah.
that's just my like Christian background being raised, that I feel like ritualistic things like that,
Mm-hmm.
just like witchcraft stuff, just like comes off as like evil, even if it's done for good.
Yeah. I mean,
Which,
what were they actually doing?
I mean, it's a brainwash thing anyway. I mean, but they were like doing something weird with the little girl, right?
Right. Right.
That's where, I kind of draw the line. But like you also have these other rituals where they're like, I mean, they had a pig's head or they're,
Yeah.
taking the blood of a goat or something, they're sacrificing goats and stuff. And I'm
Mm.
like, ugh. But I mean, that stuff happened like in the Bible and stuff, right?
Making the frogs eat hair.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know, like these things where it's like magic type stuff is
Mm.
involved, just like sometimes.
But I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of cultures out there that do some weird stuff. And like can we really say, "Oh, that's evil. We should put a stop to it." Like that's kind of an ethical question, really.
Yeah.
It's a like I don't know if like, if this, let's say they were doing some ritual like the one in the movie, and like I don't know, the world found out about it. Oh, can you believe they're doing this? Like, would we really do anything, or we just like, would we say, oh, they're so cruel and evil for doing this? But like, that's kind of like all they're known and they've known, and this is how they live. So like, who am I to say we should put a stop to this, or no, these people are evil? Oh my,
Saying that they're evil.
yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, to my American mind, I have that bias where, like, they're trying to counteract evil, and then, but the thing I see them doing just comes across kind of like creepy
Mm-hmm.
too. It's not necessarily that I believe they're doing something evil per se,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I'm.
it's.
And what is evil? That's the whole thing we can spend hours defining, and we'll
Yeah.
never come to a consensus. But
I
I
do
mean,
think so. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in Mexican culture, we dance on our loved ones' graves.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that weird? That's a little weird, especially for an American.
The things
But
where my brain, though, like when you see things being done in like a positive way, like dancing is like looked at as positive, right?
mhm.
Just like don't they in like New Orleans, they like carry the casket while like dancing and playing music and stuff. It's like a celebration of the person's life and things like that. And same as there's some like ritual things that are like a blessing and like they're doing things and it's just,
Yeah,
like even like holy water, splashing holy water on people and stuff is like, but I see that differently from somebody doing a ritual where, like I said, they're like cutting a goat's neck and taking its blood and
mhm.
sacrificing, animals and stuff. That's because I'm an animal person. So
Yeah.
to me, I see that as like not good. Um, so part of the ending thing, so the beginning was talking about intentions and how you view the world, and the end kind of like did that again.
Hmm.
And one of the things it said was like your mind decides your fate. So that was like one of the things where I kind of thought it was going to say like how you thought maybe it was like all in her head.
Hmm.
I thought it was going to like show that, the little girl was okay or something because something wasn't actually happening to the little girl. The mom just was thinking it was because in the mom's head.
Yeah. I thought that's where it was gonna go, but yeah, it didn't. And
We
now
got more of an answer with the little girl.
what?
I wish we got more of an answer to what happened to the little
Oh,
girl.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess we don't. We'll never know if she
Yeah.
was okay. If the curse was diluted enough that she ended up being okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the point is if we care, we should be chanting it too, right?
Hmm.
To help out. What did you think about the guy? Her like quote unquote dad.
I mean, I liked him. He was cool.
I didn't want him to die. That
Yeah,
made me sad.
yeah. He didn't deserve it. He just wanted to be a dad.
What do you think about his decision though to drive away with the mom and little girl?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it was. I don't know. I can't say if it was the correct decision, but
Why do you think he did it?
I mean, he's doing it for the girl, for the little girl, right? For her to be happy, right? And if she, so you can tell that he's a really, I don't know, kind soul, and just and really cares for these children that he fosters. And because he asked her, right, like, do you like your mom, or something? And she's like, yeah, she's because
Yeah,
she's
but
my mom.
I'm so torn with it because like if you're an adult in that situation and like some bad stuff has been happening to a little girl
Hmm.
and this mom who already had like CPS involved,
Yeah.
they're like coming back to take the little girl back because they think some stuff is like happening and it's not a safe environment for the little girl. Especially he's the one that called them, right?
Hmm.
He says. So it's like, I don't know, suddenly you're like, no, you know what? We're fine with your mom now because I want you to be happy and you love your mom. But it's also kind of like, of course, the kid loves their mom.
Yeah.
Even kids being abused by their parent love their parent, you know? So like it's a little weird there, but it felt like, yeah, his motivation was he loved this little girl and he knew that if he took her away from the mom in that moment, that that little girl probably wouldn't forgive him for that. So it's like you're either choosing to take this little girl away from her mom, which may be the better choice for the little girl, the safer choice, but it will cause great emotional pain for the little girl.
Yeah.
It'll really hurt
Trauma.
her. Yeah. Or do you give the mom a chance and it may not be for the best, but at least you're giving her a chance. The little girl is seeing that, you care about her and the
Mm-hmm.
mom, and that hopefully you're there to protect the little girl if she needs it.
Yeah, I think in my position, I would have done the same thing. I would have just tried to stay close to the family, and because you don't like. I feel like he doesn't know for sure what's going on. So yeah, let me help you. Go wherever you need to go, and I'll help you guys. But like, keep watch. Be like, okay, let me see if she's actually abusing her child. But then, of course, he finds out that, oh shit, this is all real. But I feel like that's how I kind of took it that he was doing. I mean, the movie does a really good job of doing that, uh,
Yeah.
of showing us that he's like vigilant and like wants to actually figure out what's going on. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm okay with his decision.
Maybe I'm such a rule follower. I wouldn't have done it. I think I would have been.
But what would you have done at that point? Just like, I guess you could have just like kept the door locked and just honked, right? And then the authorities would come.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I was worried about that little girl's safety with her mom, I don't know. I couldn't have risked it. Even if it meant that the little girl would hate me forever and I would never get to like be her dad. I think I would have put her safety
Yeah.
over that.
But don't you think so maybe what he was trying to do and he thought about, okay, if I lock the doors and I honk and leave or something, then the mom is going to go crazy and the daughter's going to watch all this and this is going to leave a long lasting impact on her life. So like maybe the better decision was, let me just join you guys and then eventually talk talk it out, I don't know, and then explain even to the, once you get buddy buddy with the family and explain to the girl, hey, your mom's kind of sick and we kind of need to separate you for a little while, or stuff like, maybe that's what it was. I guess that's what would go through my mind, instead of like, no, let me lock the doors and then your mom's gonna start screaming and then the cops are gonna attack her or tackle her down. I get that he probably didn't want that to be seen by the little girl. Maybe I'm over thinking this.
Yeah, I don't know. I just maybe I've just seen enough true crime things
Hmm.
that I just, would worry about something happening.
Yeah.
And I just, yeah,
Okay.
my mind would just be about getting her immediately safe.
Yeah. To safety. Yeah. I mean, I get that. I get it. I was gonna say, okay. So, what was your? What are? Let's talk about like the. I don't know. I guess the CGI or some of like the weird like monster moments. Like, what did you think of all that? Like, were some of the parts actually scary for you?
I
And what?
think the first moment when she's in the house when she first got Dodo back,
Dodo
that
Birthday?
first night where the like lights turn off and stuff, that was pretty creepy to me. I think that's one of those things though where like I don't know, maybe when I was younger I spent enough time in my house like alone at night.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like some nights here and there where like I'd be home alone when it was like dark. I mean, not for like all hours of the night, but I was probably like a teenager or something at that point. But it's weird how quickly a place can be creepy when it's dark. A place that like you feel like is so safe and everything all the time, but like when all is dark and you
Mm-hmm.
start like, thinking, did I see something? Did I hear something? I'm alone, like and so that's like one of those moments in that like beginning.
Yeah, the whole beginning was pretty well shot and just pretty good about building like this tension, whether you're expecting something to like pop out, but nothing ever really does, you know?
Yeah.
Except for that one shadow in those
I
those hands, but that was even different. That was like a different thing, right?
The hand thing, so when the hands like reach out for the little girl and then it plays it back, I wish it didn't play it back.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't need the slow-mo of it. Like it was like, oh, show that again. It's like, no, I saw it the once and it was like kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, like
I feel like it showed too much.
mhm.
Like I'd rather be like questioning it a little bit and then maybe like on second rewatch pay attention more. Like that's a kind of fun thing to do. I didn't love the people always running at the camera
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they did it a couple different times. I did like so like when she was in the village with what was his name, Yuan or something? Um, Not her boyfriend, but the other guy.
Hmm.
When he like I think when he comes back out of the tunnel and then she's like watching him, but then it like flicks and he's gone
Yeah.
and then flicks and he's there again and like just little things like that are cool. Like it wasn't necessarily scary, but it
Mm.
was like cool. And then it kind of does that later on too. And so like I feel like sometimes they did things the same thing too many times. And that was one of those things where like he turned around and then chased her and then later on that like couple that did that other ritual to
Yeah.
try and save the daughter, like that lady did it too. And
Yeah.
I did like it was sad what was happening to the little girl.
Hmm.
But I liked how it progressed and how it was just like little by little she was getting worse. And at first it's kind of like, yeah, don't feed her, don't, like listen to them, you're showing all this other stuff is real. So I feel like I believe these people, but also who knows, maybe their ritual wouldn't work with this thing. So maybe you are just starving your daughter. But like you can tell that it's not just her starving, that there's like something very wrong
Yeah.
with the like sores she getting, with like the way her legs are looking and everything. But
What about the
yeah, you're
teeth? The teeth
yeah,
all over her mouth. Like I feel like we got a flash of that, and then we got some
yeah,
extras, but they didn't really show it again.
yeah.
But she had like teeth all over.
But you're kind of, you're with like the mom where you're like, I don't even like, what do you even do in that situation? Do you feed the girl? Like, do you let her just starve to death? Like, like, do you wait the 7 days and maybe it's too late?
Yeah.
Do you just feed her and then the rituals, like, so like maybe she's not going to starve, but now this evilness is going to take her over. Like, but I do like, I don't understand how she wasn't arrested. She brings in her girl to the hospital that's malnourished, that's now like paralyzed and stuff, and has all these sores and everything all over her body. It's like, how is this woman just like walking around freely?
She's
Ooh,
all.
and then the mom eating. That was really powerful.
Oh yeah.
It showed her like in the hallway like eating, and like you could tell the mom was so hungry. She probably was trying not to eat the same amount of time
Yeah.
because it's probably like, how can I possibly put food in my body and comfort myself when my child can't have that?
Hmm.
If she has to survive this, then I should have to as well. But like, you have to stay strong for your child, right? So
Hmm.
like, you kind of do need to take care of yourself so that you can take care of her. So seeing her like scarf down like a sandwich or whatever she was eating and like just like sobbing was like, I liked that. Am I just a horrible person? I'm like, oh, I liked all this trauma stuff. This traumatic moment was really powerful. I think the thing is, I like to feel things. And that's what I'm wanting from a movie. Make me feel something. And this movie definitely had those like moments.
To be honest, that moment, I feel like it wasn't as powerful for me. Just because the rest of the movie wasn't really about that. Like it was just this one part where like she's like really like struggling with with starving her daughter and trying to kind of like this hopelessness. Like I don't know what to do, but I don't know whether to starve my child or not. But I feel like I don't know. The rest of the movie is about these cursed and these demons. Like I couldn't like it wasn't that type of movie. You know what I mean? So I don't for that reason I feel like it didn't captivate me as much. Um, as opposed to like something like I don't know, like Midsummer or like Hereditary, when it is about that, it is like this psychological, traumatic type story. But yeah, but like the demons and the voodoo like kind of downplays those moments for me. Um, I was gonna ask. Okay, so what did you think about when we actually do see the tunnel and everything that goes on in there? Like, did you like any of that?
And I definitely wouldn't have gone into the tunnel. And maybe I'm a horrible person because I would hear a baby crying and be like, nope.
Hmm.
Um, I, yeah, I don't,
Like visually, like
yeah,
this.
I know what you're saying. I don't think I found it like that scary. I think I was more interested in like when she was, I think it was it before that or was it, no, I guess it was after that. When it showed like all the people, like all of a sudden, like it showed the people in the village, like in that room all like bowing and stuff, and then it like showed a body on fire, and then it cut to them all like in their underwear on like on the deck of that house. Like all of that stuff was really cool,
Yeah.
and the way like things were happening like quickly, and it's like you couldn't even really see everything that was happening, and it's just like all this like weird stuff happening. I liked all that.
Mhm.
The tunnel, I don't know, for it being like, oh my gosh, the tunnel, like they're finally going in it and this is like what we're seeing at the end. I just feel like it was a little anticlimactic for me.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but I also don't know if they could have ever lived up to it. You know, like
Yeah, but then
what can you
maybe
possibly?
don't promise that.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like
that's their problem. That's a problem they created for themselves. But also maybe it's because we've just seen other things, you know.
yeah. And then the final reveal when she pulls the cover off the statue and it's just like a hole.
Yeah. It
it's
was just kind of more like, ew.
it's another hole.
Yeah. A hole full of holes.
Like
Yeah.
like I don't, but I also don't know what I was expecting. Like what could have been really just a bait in the switch and just like, no, this is I'm gonna show you some crazy, something 2001: The Space Odyssey level. You go through the hole and you see all these psychedelic lights. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then by that point, yeah, the I don't know. I guess the hands didn't really do it for me. And then the kid turning around and then his face looks like freaking what's that character from Watchmen?
Marisha?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
that guy. He looks like that guy. I'm like
Yeah,
okay.
I I think had that been in the movie maybe a little earlier, it would have been a little creepier, but at that point, I feel like enough other creepy stuff happened that that just didn't outdo anything, and all the build up to it wasn't as,
Yeah.
because I mean, we've seen like Barbarian has kind of like a tunnel thing going on that's really creepy, and what else? As above, so below is like all in freaking tunnels, and I don't know. It's just so it's not like the first time I've ever seen anything like that. And I guess we had already seen like hair things and other like ritualistic
Hmm.
stuff. So even like the ritualistic stuff like wasn't like overly creepy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, again, yeah, there was too much build up. It was bound to like not satisfy, like
Yeah.
especially since they built it up so much, and like the kid came out freaking running and scared for his life. I'm like, oh shit, what's in there?
I really liked that. It was just and I'm like, I don't blame you. Uh
Like I
yeah,
almost wanted there to be a freaking devil figure in there or something, like in that one movie we saw.
you can't spoil that, Luis.
Dang, I keep spoiling stuff. Wait,
Cut
no,
this out.
we covered
Cut
that
it
movie.
out. No, we didn't.
Oh, did we not?
No, I just made you watch it. That was before we ever did a podcast. You have to cut this out. Clap.
Okay.
Because that's like a twist at the end. You can't ruin that for people.
Okay.
We could talk about that movie. I'm down to talk about that movie. I love that movie.
So what? Anything else you want to say? Talk
Um,
about?
no. I mean, I'm happy we watched this. I feel like sometimes movies I pretty early on can tell whether I'm digging one or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I'm like, I'm not sure yet. Where is this going? But like, this was one of the ones I'm like, yeah, I'm really liking this so far. I feel like I'm happy we're watching this. And then sometimes, we're like watching something. I'm like, oh man, this is a dud. Like, but yeah, so pretty early on, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm down for this. I think Luis will at least, be okay with it. I feel like it ended up not being as messed up for me as I thought it might be,
Yeah.
which is funny because you thought it was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, it's not that messed up compared to some other ones that we've watched.
Yeah. Probably some of the ritualistic stuff didn't creep me out as much as I thought it might. I think I've just seen other movies that, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like have done it better. I don't know if maybe the found footage part also made it less scary for me, or the way they did the found footage
Mm-hmm.
again because there were so many like angles and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
overall I liked it.
yeah, I really liked it too. I think it's one of the I'm gonna say it. So it's one of the better found footage films. Like it's up there with top. Let's call it right now. Top three. I don't know.
Not
uh,
that I'd say that, but I think it was well
top
done.
top five. How about top five?
I think my problem with it is I think I liked it as a movie and a film. I don't know that I liked it as a found footage film. I
Yeah.
think I might have liked it as just a regular movie,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Also, I don't know how like it would be done as a regular movie. Some of it like wouldn't have worked,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the whole like trying to get the audience to like do the chanting and stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, yeah, I guess I do still like Ganjam better as a found footage
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think they did some things really good and then other things they did all right, but I've
Yeah,
seen it done better.
yeah, like the beginning was definitely, oh, this is a really good found footage film, and then later on, it's just like, I feel like this is not a found footage film anymore.
Yeah, I think that's my problem with it, I think. Is it needed to either be more found footage like or just not that at all? Because it was one that took me out a few times where I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's like on someone's camera. And it's just, I don't know. I think we kind of missed why she was like filming it all.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of just forgot about that. Again, I feel like I've learned to just move past the found footage aspect and trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, I just have not,
So I'm
clearly.
so I'm just in it for the cool camera shots and angles.
Yeah, but it just looked too good at times. And there's just, I don't know, if you're a mother and your daughter is like going through something, like I just like, I wouldn't keep filming.
Mm-hmm.
I think other movies do it in a really smart way where it's like, oh, they have to keep filming because they need the night vision, you know?
Yeah.
Or or if it's like somebody that's just super obsessed with filming and getting everything on camera, which there are people like that nowadays. Um,
But don't you think?
but also just was she stopping and, charging things? Was she charging that bunny camera all the time? Like there's just like all these little things that like pull me out.
I feel like we're moving past that though. We're just like, I feel like we're accepting it more and more. That found footage is not really found footage. It's just a way of filming things.
Yeah.
Even like The Office, we all know it's supposed to be a mockumentary, but we just stop thinking about it. You know, like no,
Yeah, but I guess
nobody's actually there filming. They're like we're just kind of move past that. You
but
know.
but their styling of it is so consistent. I think that's where this takes me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's my problem with it. I just didn't love the found footage
Mm-hmm.
aspect the whole time. But yeah, overall good. Happy I watched it. I would be down to watch it again. It's one I would try and get other people to watch with me.
Yeah, me too. Well, preferably somebody that likes these movies.
It's been on my watch list for a while, I will say that. But we didn't have Netflix. And then we did, and then we didn't, and then we did. So yeah. All right. What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? What's going on? What date is? Okay, it's the 10th July. What's happening out in the world? Um, are you looking forward to Superman?
No.
I think I asked you that already. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to watch it
I mean, I'll go see it with you,
just to.
experience it.
I keep hearing mixed things about it, but
Oh, I never
also
already
it's kind of
heard
like,
all the spoilers.
oh, I already know all the spoilers too,
Yeah.
but it is like a spectacle, you know. It's one of those that you should probably see at a movie theater.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. If you want to go see it, I'll go see it with you.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the James Gunn universe.
Punk rock Superman.
Well, I'm just wondering what they'll do with this new
Yeah.
MC or DCU or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what to call it
Yeah.
anymore. It's because it's been rebooted so many times.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm looking forward to Baloo, who's coming over right now.
Baloo.
We're gonna dog sit. Right, Callie? You want to see Baloo? She
Yeah.
wants dinner first, though.
Oh man, it's 9:30.
Yeah, it's late. All right. Thanks for listening. If anybody ever listens to this,
All right, see ya.
bye.